Hello, everybody. It's me, Cherry, and Azure. I'm sorry we're a little late. My parents called me right before I was about to go live, like literally right as I was about to switch over to the next screen. Uh, as I said yesterday, they have moseyed on down to the southern part of the country, and they have taken the baby with them. So I am free from most of
No,
my
you're
responsibilities.
no, you're not. You have more responsibilities now.
What my other dogs are old. I don't have to worry about them as much as they. The problem is that with the baby, I have like no time to myself because of this tiny ass bladder, and he knows not to go in the house. But the thing is, if he's not getting any attention, he's gonna pee in the house because that's how he gets his revenge on everybody.
Ah, of course.
Because he's a little. Because as they say, when you have a Yorkie, you do, you're this is not a relationship. This is a dictatorship. You do whatever the Yorkie wants it to do, and that's why I've decided to become a Yorkie as a VTuber. Because he inspired me so much that I need to just be more of a dictator to all of you. I'm taking his lessons to heart.
Most dogs have a beneficial effect on humans.
Not a Yorkie. Not a Yorkie, Asher. There's someone who says like it's like you're in a dictatorship. You don't know it yet, but you're in a dictatorship. A Yorkie. Because like there's so many like funny things like if you search up stuff about Yorkies and they like when will my Yorkie stop peeing in the house, and the response is usually when the Yorkie decides to stop peeing in the house.
When the Yorkie dies. If you cannot find your Yorkie's urine in the house, be aware your Yorkie might have died. How'd that happen?
Anyway, hello, Love Turtle, everybody. Welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome. Anyway, FanFest is going on for Final Fantasy in Berlin. I think they're holding it for the European
Is that just like
side.
Final Fantasy in general?
Yeah, it's just Final Fantasy in general. So they're doing things like they're showing off stuff like for the Makote, you will now be able to take off their tribal markings, so like all the cat things, and everybody's like, oh god, put it back. Put their makeup back on.
I thought I thought you said they were going to take off something else. Never mind.
We declawed your cats. Anyway,
Uncat girl's your cat girl.
Yeah, uncat.
D-cat's your cat girl.
D-cat's your cat girl. Un-uma's your musume.
No, now it's just a musume.
That's what they did in China. Did you know?
Really?
Yes, because in China, you can't make any reference to horse racing because that's gambling, and gambling is illegal. So they removed the paddocks. They removed the horse ear parts. I mean, no, they kept the ears, but they got rid of the tail because the tail apparently is the big giveaway that they're horses or whatever. So they're allowed to keep their regular ears, but everything else was removed. So it's just, and you're like, what? Huh?
Cherry, I think these people might be stupid.
Yeah. Anyway, so I finished up the event in Honkai Star Rail. Twas a very Rin Tosaka event. Rin has so much stuff going on in there. Gilgamesh is so. I'm gonna comment on stuff I saw going around because I feel like more than ever, it feels like the people who are complaining about this event just aren't fans of Fate, because they're like, every time Gilgamesh appeared, he was just being a big goofball. And I'm like, yeah, that's everything except for the original Stay Night. He's just pretty much a goofball. My brother even would go on and he's like, pfft, even whenever Emmy appears now, pretty much he's just a goofball. And I'm all like, yeah, pretty much, yeah. If it's not their series of origin, usually the characters are pretty much laid back for the entire thing. Have you played all of the Fate games? Have I played all of the Fate games? Azure, have I played all the Fate games?
We're working on it.
Yeah.
We have played more Fate games than most people have.
We probably have, because that's why I'm like more in the camp of I'm more in the camp of I'm okay with all of these silly stuff that happens with Fate, unlike everybody else who gets very angry for some reason about the Fate collabs and Honkai Star Rail. So like people are like angry, like, oh, all of this assets were reused and stuff like that, and I'm like they're like, they should have added stuff from Fate into the game, and I'm like, they added the characters. They were just summoned into this world. They weren't gonna bring anything from Fiyuki into this world, and I'm like, were you paying attention to the story?
Like, no, that requires effort.
But I love all of the. I love that. I feel like, like all of the comments is like, ha, Hakuno's VA coming in here and still roasting Gilgamesh from their other things. Fate drama. Yep, Fate drama. Anyway, I love all of the. I don't know if it's because Stell's an elation character right now, but she gets to do all of the breaking the fourth wall moments. Like Rin going, everything's ready. All that's missing is the Holy Grail. Even with that Holy Grail, my level cap still wouldn't reach 120. Rin stares confused. Which, for all of you who do not know, this is a Fate Grand Order joke, because the max cap for the Fate characters is 120 if you feed them as many grails as possible. So, but in Honkai Star Rail, the cap level for characters is 80, so that's not going anywhere. That's the max. That's no more, no beyond that. But yeah, characters are good. Is Fate related to Honkai? Honkai Star Rail, Honkai Impact, and all of those are heavily inspired by Fate. If you look into the lore and stuff like that. And also the dev team of Honkai Star Rail in general is also super fans of Fate.
Most people who work in the gaming industry in Japan are Fate fans.
Well, this is a Chinese game.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, in anime.
If you're an anime fan,
style.
If you're an anime fan, Honkai is a Fate clone. Yes, Honkai is actually a Fate clone. Because if you look into the background, people who have like gone into Fate after they've played like Genshin and Honkai and stuff like that, they're like, oh, that's the root is like the world tree. And I'm like, no, the world tree is like the root. This is where they got the inspiration for it. The branching timelines and all that stuff. That's where they got their inspiration from it. There's also multiple characters who design wise are inspired by characters. Example, Clara just literally looks like Ilya. Red Ilya. So yes, if I had to say the way that it's written, Fate is definitely better than Honkai Star Rail, just because I feel like they're very good at balancing their characters, and even if they make a stupid over-level powerful character, there is a counter to that stupid over-leveled character. But meanwhile, Honkai has the trap of they make their OP characters and then they don't know how to deal with it. I also feel like Honkai Impact did better with like their characterization and stuff like that because they actually killed characters, unlike in Honkai Star Rail where we'll pretend that we're going to kill Himiko, but it was a bait and switch. Haha. Ha ha ha. We didn't go through with it. We let her live this time, guys. I was in the camp of you cowards. I still think it would be I would respect them if they killed Welt though. If they did a bait and switch and they killed Welt instead. I'd respect it. And everybody's like, "Why do you want a character to die?" And I'm like, "I want there to be stakes. I want there to be consequences for people's actions." I think that's why Fate Grand Order is so good. That even though like servants aren't dead forever, they do like we've lost several characters who have never appeared again in the story. We've lost Musashi, we've lost Sherlock Holmes, we've now lost all the Avenger characters, and they have not reappeared in the story since then. So
then what's the point if I can't get Gian Alter?
She's gone. Main character armor, yeah. She's gone, Azure. She said her goodbyes. She got it voiced and everything. We will miss her, but that's what led her to such an impactful character on the story. Lancer's got an exclamation point over there.
But is it new?
I don't know. Well, I guess we'll find out.
I guess we're doing this. No, we've already done this.
Any regrets about the past? Oh. Hang on, my grandma's calling me. I'm gonna mute, guys.
I hope everyone's having a good weekend. For once, it was actually, like, cloudy, so it wasn't, like, 1,000,000,000 degrees today. How do I do this? If you hear me clicking, it's because I'm playing a video game on my side. Ugh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. What's 13 times 25?
Why are people saying 6-7 in the chat? Why are people saying 6-7 in the chat? Hello?
I was oh fuck me. I was counting something.
Anyway, no,
Bad.
my grandma called because she was like, "Where are your parents?" And I'm like, "In Florida, grandma." She's like, "They drove all that way in one day?" And I'm like, "Yeah, grandma."
That's what I said.
My parents are, I guess they just want to take as short of a drive as possible. Crazy. Anyway, we're gonna ask who if he's got any regrets about the past.
What about the past? I'm curious what he thinks about the current situation, but I'm also curious about what he thinks about the past. Saber has a strong sense of discipline. Lancer may have some regrets from the past despite how cool he plays it. No, only Saber has regrets. Regrets? Little annoyances, sure, but well, I don't have any regrets.
Yeah, I'd stab my son again if I had chance.
What?
What? Did you not read my legend? It's in the books. Like you can find it pretty easily, even on Wikipedia.
And thus... Oh, shoot. This rather underestimated hero of Ireland replies, all while staring at his underperforming fishing rod. I thought so. You really are frank. Other servants tend to be homesick at the end of the day. Really now? They don't seem like the kind of folks that'd be looking for some magnificent return. Well, Castor has plenty of regrets, huh? She's originally a sheltered princess. I'm sure she's happier shut away in a castle. That would be better for you and the world's sake. Lancer yawns. He must either be unhappy that he isn't getting any strikes, or he doesn't like talking about the past. Regardless, he couldn't be bothered anymore. So, say you obtain the Holy Grail. Do you not have any wishes? Like getting a second life as a human, or going back to the past? Who knows? I can't think of anything like that until the time comes. This is how he is. He's the type that's hand to mouth. He gets most of what he wants while he's alive. There's no way he leaves any regrets over what he should have done once the party's over.
I can't believe Lancer smokes Marlboros.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I just
full
couldn't
flavor,
stop.
full flavor too.
Yeah, I just couldn't stop staring at the box of cigarettes and the thing, and I'm like, it actually says that brand.
The life of a hero, I guess. Oh yeah. Hey, Lancer, if you don't mind, can you tell me your story? Come to think of it, I don't think I know much about your tale. Huh? You won't gain anything from it now, even if you listen to something like that. Or what, you guys are actually trying to fight? No, Saber and I have no intention to fight. Didn't I say that I appreciate that you don't try to start stuff? Oh, well. I feel like I might have heard that. Well, if you say so, then you're probably right. So what? Do you simply want to hear a story of another person's life? Yeah, nothing shady about it. I'm just curious. Fine. I have no strikes, so I guess I can kill some time. I also had something I wanted to hammer into your head. Before, Lancer's expression seemed uninterested and dull, but something has changed. His relaxed shoulders somehow slacken even further, while his gaze turns from the sea to lazily stare up at the sky. In other words, he got even more unmotivated. Lancer. Cuchulainn is a hero talked about in ancient Ireland. His land is divided into 5 countries, and Cuchulainn is a warrior who served the king of Ulster, King Concobar. Okay, I know how to say Cuchulainn, I don't know how to say any of these other names, though, so... Since it's a Celtic myth, few here in Japan know of it, but he is a great hero who surpassed King Arthur in his homeland.
Not anymore.
His birth is rather complicated. Cuchulainn's mother, Dicteri, is a princess born to a Maga, the consort of King Ross the Red and a certain outstanding druid. Princess Stagtyre tried
I know how to pronounce that. It's Tirnanog.
To Tirnanog without marrying anyone and had a baby with the sun-gone Lug while there.
Basically, what we're saying is Cuchulainn is a lot of royalty and divine in here.
Typical hero shit.
Setanta.
The baby was Setanta, who would later be called Cuchulainn. Setanta was sent to be a shield to Ulster by joining King Concarbar's army and was to live a life just as his fate suggests. Setanta started getting called Cuchulainn from when he accidentally killed the guard dog of Cullen, the swordsmith, when he was a boy. One day, Concobar was invited to the house of Cullen, the famous swordsmith. The king tried to bring Setanta, who was still a boy, but Setanta was in the middle of a hurling match with his friends. If I were to withdraw now, I would lose the match. I'll catch up with you once I win the match, so please go ahead. The king, pleased by the boy's words, allowed him to come later and headed to Cullen's house first. The misfortune started when Cullen's servant accidentally closed the gate out of carelessness. Setanta, who arrived late, was attacked by the guard dog, so he, strangled it to death. All those inside the house gathered after hearing the commotion. Upon learning that Setanta defeated the guard dog, everyone was surprised and praised him. But there was some sadness in Cullen's eyes from losing his prized guard dog. Setanta, ashamed of his thoughtlessness, told him, "Does this dog have an offspring? If so, let me take care of them. I'll raise one to become an excellent guard dog that rivals their father. Until then, I shall be your guard dog." Cullen the swordsmith was impressed by the board's offer and replied with conviction, "No need for that. I will raise a guard dog that you will protect the house. You train yourself. Eventually, you will without a doubt become the guard dog that protects all of Ulster." All the warriors who gathered nodded in agreement. Thereafter, the boy would be called Cuchulainn, or Cullen's guard dog. When I was making my 14 character, I was trying to come up with like a satisfying name that I could work around like my personal like character theme, Azure Wolf. And I did debate using Cullen for a little bit, but I ultimately decided not to.
Fake games should have VAs. They should use Cherry Streams and do a new release. They do have VAs. We just shut it all off. Well, they have Japanese VAs. That's why even when they do collaborations, they don't get English voices because nobody cares about the English voices.
Although I understand why you say that, though. I wouldn't want to subject anyone to my awful attempts at an Irish accent for very long. The boys' first battle. In honor of the noble offer that followed.
English VAs, please. No English VAs. It's been too long. It's too late to give Fate English VAs. I won't even watch Fate Encore in English. Why would I do that when Tanjay Sakura is Nero Claudius's VA?
Tony Oliver is Lancer, though. He can stay. I knew that much, but how old were you at the time? I was younger than you are now. I wasn't a warrior yet. In our country, there was a training group for children before becoming a Knight of the Red Branch. It was a gathering of apprentice youth warriors, and I was one of them. Man, so, what, you strangled the best guard dog in the country at like 12 or 13? It was the adrenaline. It was my first time taking a life. Since then, it became my gios to never eat a dog, though.
And that's how he died.
I don't know how serious he is, but he cracks a cannibalism joke.
No,
that's not a joke, Shirou.
That's not a joke. I'll say so. We've gone over this in past when we covered Ku's backstory. So in the Ulster myths, or like in general Irish myths, there's the ability called Gios, which you guys might be familiar from Code Geass, which is they gain powers.
Which, if you are,
yeah,
shame on you.
Shame on you. Yeah.
Joking. I actually like Code Geass.
The first season, the first collection of season. Anything else beyond those first 2 seasons don't exist.
What are you talking about? Code Geass ended in 2008.
Yeah, there was no more Code Geass after that.
It ended with Lelouch dying.
Yeah. Akito of Rebellion. What the fuck is that? Anyway. So a Geass is a oath you take on that kind of grants you amazing abilities, but also comes with a major backlash should you break the oath. So there is like leeway with how they work, like the Geass for I like how I forget everybody else is the other Lancer guy from Fate Zero, whose name I can't remember at this moment.
Diarmuid?
Yeah, Diarmuid. So Diarmuid's Geass is that he has a very beautiful face that makes women fall in love with him upon sight, which
whether he wants them to or not.
Yeah.
Whether they're married or not.
Whether they're married, yeah. Which is just a negative like ability altogether. His life is generally miserable because of it. But for in the case of Kukulin,
Kiritsugu did not help.
Yeah. Pretty privileged, yep. In the case of Kukulin, he has the oath that he will never eat dog meat, and the oath that he will never reject a woman's requests are his 2 Geasses that he has. I think that these Geasses like grant them abilities, but will also like pretty much take all of their powers away should they break them. And this is how they trick Kukulin into like losing his powers and pretty much dying in the end. Because see how those two Geasses cause a problem. So an old woman said, "Here, please eat this." So
seems reasonable.
Yeah. So and since the food was dog meat, they caused him to break one of his Geasses, which then causes him to lose a significant buff, which then he went to the next battle and he pretty much died a very horrible death because of that. There's a bunch of other things that happen in Kukulin's myth too, which had Geasses happen to him. Kukulin's wife, who is one of Skahoth's daughters, had a son with him. She told him to go seek his father, but never tell him who you are. That then causes Kukulin to accidentally kill him because he wasn't able to reveal his identity to his father. It's a whole interesting fiasco that I suggest you guys take up looking at the history of stuff in your own time, because all of the stuff that Fate is based on is actually pretty interesting. It's also interesting to see what they take from it and what they change at the same time. I still consider Fate, even though they like do all of these crazy changes to things, overall it's pretty. They take a lot of accurate stuff when they make their characters.
Even if they change things, you can see like a lot of the influence and where it came from.
Yeah.
Like even Lancer's spandex.
Because they ran around naked anyway.
Yes. Not even a joke. So it was a while after my name had changed. The group of apprentices gathered under one druid and were making a ruckus about him to predict whether they would receive good fate once they became a warrior. That druid was, well, an old man that had rather strong powers. So his fortunes were more like deciding the future than seeing the future. The old man was troubled and decided to only fortune tell those who would become a warrior that day. I see. So what were the results? It was so bad, none of the other apprentice knights tried to go through the rites of warriorhood. What were you doing? I wasn't interested, so I was leaning against a hazel tree and fishing. Sorry, what was the point of that story? We kind of had like a tangent in the middle there. You don't get it. In other words, I went through the rites of warriorhood that day. The king was furious, saying like, why would a child like you become a warrior? You should grow up healthily until you're mature or something. That got me pissed, so I broke all the spears in the castle, destroyed a chariot, and threatened him. He threatened the king? Has this man actually gotten a lot more mellow than before? According to Saber, he has an affinity with the Berserker class, so I didn't actually think that was true.
Berserker coup. Who would think of that? That's crazy. I've never seen that.
That suddenly makes a lot more sense as someone who didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you became a warrior, huh? Was it the Knights of the Red Branch? Yeah. If you ask Saber, it's nothing like her chivalry. After all, as long as you're not disloyal, you can fight as you wish. It's common to pick up a fight in another territory if you feel like it. Hold a party that night and then forget about it. My order was full of dumbasses, so I couldn't let my guard down in my own country more than other countries. He laughs. It must really be that funny to him. I see. His free-spirited nature is the difference in the world that he survived through. That pride is not complicated like a human's, but simple like a beast's. So, I fought day and night once I became a warrior. I fell in love at first sight, and with one of those princesses, so I went to the castle to kidnap her. She was a real sharp woman, though. She said she didn't feel like going with some kid with no reputation. Wait, how old were you then? I think I was around 16. So I went out on a journey in search of glory. There was this warrior woman named Skathak in this place called the Land of Shadows, who was apparently as strong as a monster. Rumor had it that she had many warriors as apprentices.
And
Who
now
could this possibly be?
Yeah, and now I'm busy taking care of this other child who is saving the world. Don't worry about it. I am known as Sensei to them. Shisho, or Shisho, I think we call her. Skahath Shisho. And sometimes she's in a bunny outfit. I'm sure there's a bunch of lore about that too, but don't worry about it.
I mean, that was certainly something that happened, right?
Yeah.
In the legend.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Ugh, don't like that. I know the rest. Cuchulainn reached the Land of Shadows, known as a place infested with demons, and received the demonic spear Gay Bolg and the leaping secrets of the female lord Skathak. Is that how do you say her name?
Hang on. How to... Oh shit, did I just break the thing? Oh no, I think it's fine. Skahath. It's Skahath, or let's see. Traditional Irish, Skahach or Skahach. The CH sounds like CH in Scottish word lock. Skahach. Let's listen to a Scottish person saying it. Skaha. Skaha is what the person is saying. I'll just call
Skaha.
her Skaha. I'll just call her Shisho as one of the first comments. Shisho!
Is that actually like on the thing?
Yeah.
On YouTube?
Yeah, on the YouTube,
That's
the first
great.
comment is I'll just call her Shisho. Skaha.
Poor guy probably has no idea what that comment is talking about.
Yeah.
You say that like it's easy. Her intensity would make your little lady Tosaka run away barefoot if she had to. Anyway, she was crazy, and had already thrown away her humanity by the time I arrived. See, the Land of Shadows is, well, a territory of the afterlife. That woman had become the guard to lay into the ghosts there. She literally said I was going to kill ghosts. There were some godlike fellows among those ghosts. She was able to take him to task with her spear handling as a human, so you ought to be able to figure out how insane she was, eh? Yeah, it scares me to imagine something like a powered-up version of Tosaka. Right, so there were other apprentices under that scary teacher. They were all warriors who came to learn under Skahath, but there was one who was my equal. He was called Ferdiad, a warrior from the neighboring country, Connacht. While we were both fighting each other over the gay bulk, we'd exchanged oaths of brotherhood before I knew it. Well, how should I say it? I had 3 priceless best friends, but he was like a special older brother figure to me even among them. Cuchulainn then learned all kinds of techniques in magecraft. Wow, I didn't think that all of the heroic tales that I knew were carried out when he was 16. Why, Shirou, you're 16, aren't you?
Don't you know that's the most in general time when a boy is supposed to go cause a ruckus, according to all of these myths.
From what I've heard, it seems like this guy was going on a rampage at full speed every day. Like a swift horse living fast and recklessly.
And just letting it all hang out.
That's not true. I was living in the Land of Shadows for a while. It was comfortable since I had a good teacher and a good rival. So then, this idiot came to disrupt that comfort. Aifi, a lord from a neighboring country, started a war. Skahath, for some reason, didn't want to send me to the battlefield, and we argued many times. Well, in the end, Skaha, Ferdiad, and I went on a tear alongside each other and captured Aifi alive after a single combat. But well, how do I put it? At first she was a detestable enemy. Once I captured her, I realized she was also a fine woman.
And we fucked!
So I was serious, but Skaha found out and threw stones at me. Gay bulk style. She reversed causality so they couldn't miss.
I'm not sure if this is the same woman or not, but I think Aifi might have been Skahath's daughter in the actual myth, but I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, that is, Lancer lets out a nervous laugh amidst his reverie. I see. So the enemy lord was this woman. Hold on, that's what you meant when you said you were serious? Of course, if I fall in love, it's obvious I'm going to sleep with her.
We fucked!
Gah! That's right, great heroes are great lovers, but man, these warriors sure have no inhibitions. Come on, Shirou, we all know about your mana transfer. But the time for farewell always comes. I broke up with Aifi too. If she bore my child, I asked her to name him Konla and send him to Ulster. I also gave him 3 vows to follow.
Here it is, guys.
First, do not answer even if you are asked your name.
Oh boy.
Second, do not change your chosen path no matter what. Third, do not decline when challenged to fight.
And that's how we killed this kid, guys.
In hindsight, it didn't work well. Well, those are the minimum requirements for my son. So, Ferdiad and I left the Land of Shadows the same day. When I left the castle, we both asked each other, would you want to come to my country? We both laughed, realizing We both laughed, realizing that neither of us would back down. As for Skathak, well, I didn't see her on the day I left. I guess there was nothing left to say after teaching me everything. That was the story of the Land of Shadows. With that, Lancer goes silent for a bit. Returning to Ulster, Cú Chulainn was quite the conspicuous figure on the battlefield, and became a warrior well known to all of Ireland in the blink of an eye. He achieved things in war nobody could replicate. Came for the princess as promised while killing King Forgal and any troops that opposed him. And earned in battle with his fellow Order members the title of the #1 warrior in Ulster. But could he beat Goku? His glorious career also marked the youth of the hero Cú Chulainn at the same time. After this, Cú Chulainn's fights would always bear a heavy shadow.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Here we go.
For generations, queens held power in the neighboring country of Concat. Among them, Queen Med was a competitive woman who loved war. Well, a lot happened and she marched on Ulster. She did it while wearing a mink jacket. First of all, one of the reasons Connacht invaded was because Uncle Fergus defected. A king also had his issues, and well, the root cause was he killed Uncle Fergus's sons out of lust for a young woman. Not a good look. Hey, if memory serves, Princess Deishtire had you fostered, and Fergus was one of the knights to do so, right? Yeah, my uncle, pride of the Knights of the Red Branch, served Connacht out of hatred for the King of Ulster. Uncle Fergus played a part in Queen Med's aggression. On top of that, there was something of a curse of the people of Ulster. When another country invaded, all the men in the country became so weak they couldn't fight. Huh? What the?
It's because the women were that pretty, guys, okay?
How did you prosper in that condition, Ireland? What happened? If they can't fight, they'd be looted and conquered in no time. Well, our women did it for us, Shirou. No need to be misogynistic. It's like getting kicked when you're already down. But anyway, technically, I wasn't born in Ulster. I was born in a fairy mound. That's why I was the only one who was able to move freely.
Welcome to, haha, blood packs and Faye doing silly things.
Mm-hmm. You know the rest, right? Every day we cut Med's troops down like mowing grass. Once they started to see the writing on the wall, we agreed to continue the war in the form of single duels. I fought in a duel in the ford of the Ulster Gorge. I said that the Connacht army could advance only while I'm fighting in a duel. Either 5,000 people are killed in a day, or they can slightly advance at the cost of one person. Med reluctantly agreed, and then my series of daily duels started. Wow. This is the so-called Cú Chulainn's Rune of Vows. Athnicabla. Something like that.
Gesundheit.
Surrounded by... Nani? Surrounded by 4 branches that promises a duel with honor at stake. Good idea. There's no way that Cullen's guard dog would lose to a duel. So that would hold back Connacht's army. Nah, Med broke the agreement and advanced. But, well, it was a vow exchange in front of many witnesses. So for the witnesses not to notice, only one unit advanced. Still, it was the best way to hold them back. So the problem was my duel. There were warriors that I thought were a waste, sending them to die at my hands. There was interference by a weirdo war goddess. And then there was Clan Calatin. Calatin. The 28-person monster. It was crazy. Hell, there was a time I slept a full day from the fatigue.
Clan Calatin, if that sounds familiar to you, check out Strange Fake.
And, well, there was a point when the young guns of Ulster, who weren't considered warriors yet, banded together to try and help Cú Chulainn. Oh, this is narration. I don't need to. Oh no, wait, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. And well, there was a point when the young guns of Ulster, who weren't considered warriors yet, banded together to try to help Cuchulainn and ended up getting slaughtered by Med. That also was on me, ultimately. My bad. I take it back. The fighting at the fords was a death trap even for the hero Cuchulainn. And at the end of this once-in-a-lifetime death trap, the strongest warrior in Connacht, the strongest warrior in Connacht, the only man that I did not want to fight in this world. The warrior he had trained with in the Land of Shadows. The duel with Ferdiad, Cuchulainn respected as an older brother figure. Man, it's always gotta be this shit with, like, mythic figures.
Yeah.
The fight was not for Dyad's will, but one of Queen Meb's schemes.
Oh, Meb.
Fuck you.
I mean, she gets hers in the end.
I know, but still.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck Meb. Lancer did not talk about how much of a dilemma both sides had. Both served their lords with their lives. In order to uphold their honor, less valuable to them than their friendship, they had to potentially throw away their lives. Their abilities were evenly matched. Recorded Cuchulainn struck for Dyad's heart with a gay bulg. He released the demonic spear that he had not used once since the Land of Shadows on his irreplaceable best friend.
Well, I mean, it's because they were best friends. Duh.
Mm-hmm. If you're my best friend, prove it. Kill me right now.
Okay.
Gay bulg is the honor gifted to the greatest warrior. Cuchulainn held his collapsed senior in his arms.
You know, thinking about it, it's kind of crazy about how much the Fate author Natsu is a fan of the Irish myth, huh?
He definitely knows his stuff.
Yeah. Because, like, it pretty much comes up in almost every series.
In that brilliant learning environment, you were our pride. And Ferdiad spoke his last to the world.
Word.
That battle ended with the defeat of the enemy country, Connacht. The Ulster warriors managed to recover from the cursed weakness they suffered and attacked the Connacht army, landing a devastating blow. The woman told them to get off their asses.
Mm-hmm.
Cuchulainn captured Queen Meb alive, but instead of killing her or shaming her, he is said to have returned to Connacht with all due honor. He is said to have returned her to Connacht with all due honor to a queen. So you also let the enemy general go too. You've never killed a woman, huh? I guess so. Get a sneeze. It's not like I planned it like that. It was really a coincidence, but I guess I'm not fond of it, sure. That's not the problem. It doesn't matter whether you love them or hate them. Putting aside how he is as a servant now, it means that Cuchulainn as a hero didn't like killing a woman on the battlefield. What about after that? There weren't any huge wars after that. Oh, come to think of it, a weird kid came to the shore and started a ruckus. He was this brat that would beat the shit out of every warrior that tried to talk to him. Even the king took one look at him and he decided only Cuchulainn could defeat this child.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
Uh-huh.
This is... The only times my princess tried to stop me was at that moment, and the one at the end of my life. She cried, saying that I mustn't go, but it was an order from the king and all, so I had to suck it up anyway. So I fought with this kid at the shore, but he was so strong I had no choice but to use Geibog.
Uh-huh.
After I beat him, he said she didn't teach me that before dying. He must have been Skatha's apprentice. Yeah, and that kid's name was Konla.
Womp womp. Yes, womp womp indeed, Alec.
Lancer's really out here like, man, Shirou was just really being nosy, so I'm gonna make this as awkward as possible.
Mhm.
That marks the end of the golden era for the hero Cuchulainn. The rest need not be said. Queen Med sought revenge, and so gathered fighters from far and wide, grudges against Cuchulainn, all to corner him with all the manners of wicked plots. Yeah, sorry, that completely fucked up that sentence. Queen Meb fought revenge, and so gathered fighters from far and wide with grudges against Cuchulainn, all to corner him with all manner of wicked plots. And to defend the Ulster once more, in their moment of weakness, he took on Meb's army alone, enduring countless traps, until he met a merciless end. He carried out many feats of valor, a great hero of the Shield of Ulster. Compared to that glory, his life was surprisingly short. Guard Dog of Cohen was a warrior child who came to the end of his life as if running toward it. That is Cuchulainn's story. It's almost sunset. For such an idle curiosity, this sure took up quite an amount of time. It involved me doing most of the voice acting. I'll start heading back. Thanks for the long story. Lancer snorts and faces away. He probably thinks this was a waste of time. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. What was it you wanted to hammer into my head? Can't you tell? That I didn't kill any women or lords. Oh, I see. Cuchulainn didn't give up a single command from the king during the many battles, no matter how reckless it was. His story also told that truth.
Basically, what I'm saying is Artoria is my greatest weakest. She is both a woman and a lord. What am I supposed to do with that?
Gilgamesh, though, he's a bitch. I could punch him. That was very helpful. I'll return this favor another time. All right. Get some drinks from that Taiga girl for me, will ya? I leave the port. Man, sorry for underestimating you. I didn't think they would make the first move at this point. What does that mean?
Well, you've been here before, gang. Something going on at the Emiya house and new stuff.
We got a new.
Alright, let's go investigate the town with Saber! Yay! Because we didn't complete everything. Boop, boop, boop.
Going on patrol with my girlfriend.
Going on patrol to the temple.
There's no one at the mountain gate.
Strange.
Just shy of an hour's walk from town, the mountain is shrouded in silence, and nothing seems particularly amiss here.
Flashbacks.
Saber's been to Rito Temple before, but this is her first time back since the Holy Grail War. That's odd. I'd be fine if it were on my own, but I feel a little awkward with Saber here. It's because Castor was flirting with you, isn't it? Something must be slumbering here. Something that won't last much longer.
For some reason, I don't want her to go up here because I feel like we'd have to say goodbye for some reason. Shirou?
Sorry, I got lost in thought. Do you sense anything, Saber?
Nothing seems amiss. Even if there were some new abnormality, I doubt this place would be attacked first. This is Castor's stronghold, after all. Its defenses are comprehensive. She would still be cautious against other servants, even after the war was over.
Yeah, I visit the temple sometimes, but I always get the sense I'm surrounded when I do. Mr. Kuzuki asked me to be patient with her because she isn't used to interacting with strangers, though. I suppose I can hardly expect her to have a sudden friendly change of heart after all the shady stuff she pulled during the Holy Grail War. Saber, what do you think? Does Castor seem like she's involved at this time?
I don't mean to come to her defense, but this probably is not her doing. Even if the Holy Grail were to resume, she doesn't have a wish she wants granted.
Yeah, Castor might want this situation to continue even more than we do. This is a peaceful life she hasn't been able to enjoy before. Well, that aside. When you mentioned defenses, did you mean there are other measures other than assassin?
Yes, a concerning amount of defensive bounded fields. Assassin may have been initially summoned to guard the gate, but over the last month, Ryoto Temple's defenses have dramatically increased, even though we're at peace. It's enough to make one suspect that Castor simply experimented with bounded fields out of some bizarre fascination rather than for protection. Blah, blah, blah,
Honestly,
blah.
that tracks. That feels like that would be the case.
Mhm.
Huh. Saber's pretty harsh on Castor sometimes.
Look, I deal with mages all the time, okay? And they're very spoony, and they need to learn that they can't just do something because they want to. You can't just give someone a penis, especially if they weren't interested in having one.
What?
What? Sure, there's something I have to tell you that was temporary, and I do not have one now.
What?
What?
Even if we were to become friends with Castor through some twist of fate, it's clear that there's tension between them simmering beneath the surface. Still, though, we don't need to go all the way inside. Nothing seems wrong for now, and poking the bear might only make things worse. Don't wake the baby.
Don't wake the baby.
I'd rather not be mistaken for an enemy attacker. If it turns into a servant battle over a simple mistake, well, the other servants might not sit still either.
Yes, let us leave this to Assassin and return to town. He is somewhat difficult to deal with, but not the sort of man to take underhanded measures. He will attempt to murder you for the thrill of the duel of the death, but he enjoys tranquility just as much.
Saber's right. No unsavory characters will get through under Assassin's watch.
It is nothing here. Very peaceful time. Nothing to be seen here. Ooh. Day 3. Anything going on? Oh, Castor's got something going on. And there's an exclamation point over there. Ilya's being Ilya.
Yeah, we've seen her do that.
Well, I guess we'll see what Medea's up to.
I left the lunch preparation to soccer and came shopping. Now, I wonder what I should do for dinner today. It's autumn after all, so seasonal food would be good. Yeah, like chestnut rice, for example. As I'm walking, I spot Castor. I wonder if she's getting groceries like I am. It must be for shopping, as she's peeking into the storefront holding a tote bag. I probably don't need to go out of my way to talk to her. I'll just get my own shopping out of the way. I finished shopping. Fresh celery was cheap today, so this will be the main dish for dinner.
Hello, fellow housewife.
There were also some mushrooms that seemed good, so we'll have seasoned rice. As I think about what I should do for the side dish, I see Castor again. Seems like she came at a similar time, so it seems like she's about to finish shopping and go home. But she's acting weird. There's not much in her tote bag that she's holding, yet she's still looking at various storefronts. Now that I've noticed, I can't bear overlooking it. Out of the goodwill of a fellow homemaker, out of the goodwill of a fellow housewife, I call out to her. Hey, what have you been doing, Castor?
The boy from Saber's place.
Even when I get pretty close to her, she didn't notice me until I talked to her. Is she ruminating over something serious?
What are you doing here yourself, boy?
I'm shopping for dinner, as you can see. You are too, right?
Yes.
She says and looks at my shopping bag. Naturally, the groceries that I just bought are in there, waiting to be cooked.
Could it be that you know how to cook, boy?
I can. No need to guess. I can take care of most of the chores at home. It's the same for you, right, Castor?
Yes. Well,
Her response is inarticulate for some reason. So you seem to be looking around, but is there something you're looking for?
have you been watching the whole time, boy?
Of course not. I don't even have that much time on my hands. When I came to shop, you were just there.
I see.
If you're looking for something special, I could show you around. You don't know this area well yet, right?
Yes, that's true, but
She's being awfully indecisive. If I'm being a nuisance, I can just go home.
that's not it, boy. First of all, I don't even know what I should make.
I don't know what you mean.
I have decision paralysis!
Castor hangs her head slightly and sighs.
I don't know what to do with this country's ingredients.
Oh.
In Japan, they don't have cheese. Commonly.
It's all fish with you. It's all fish and rice with you people.
Mhm.
I see, so that's what she means. Come to think of it, Ryder was saying something similar. That she doesn't know what to get or how to get it.
Anyway, fun fact.
So that is so canonically that is something that the Grail does not deem as necessary to tell the servants.
Yep. Anyway, fun fact. Cheese is not a staple in a Japanese palate. It's a fairly new commodity over there. So, in fact, it's so much of a new commodity that most Japanese people are lactose intolerant. Give them a
That's
good
weird.
cheese, and they will not be able to stand it.
That's weird. They're weird. Well, I guess that's a bit of a different situation. Then, if you tell me what kind of thing you want to make, I can tell you what you should get. For example, like what what Mr. Kuzuki likes to eat, or
Austrian cheese clears Canadian cheese. Shirou will eat anything no matter what I make. When I asked him before, he said anything is fine so long as I make it.
Why are you bragging about this? I'm not interested in Mr. Kuzuki. I'm not trying to steal Mr. Kuzuki from you. Some weird switch must have been turned on as she says this rather happily. Okay, if you just want to brag, I'll be heading home.
Wait, boy, that's not it!
That's great. If people mistook us for newlyweds in the middle of the shopping districts, I would melt from embarrassment.
Shirou, that's impossible. You're both housewives. It's completely incompatible. Everybody knows there can't be two housewives in a family because then who would decide when to cook? Because they would just argue the entire time that it's their turn to cook. Nothing would get done.
They would argue so much over the cleaning that the cleaning would never get done. Then why don't you just make something you're able to make?
But Shirou seems to like this country's food. Besides, it's a temple.
Is that really what a witch who sucked up energy from the people of the town and made her town, the temple her territory, should be saying? Shirou, don't be blasphemous.
Mm,
Well, no matter what you end up doing, tell me what kind of thing you're trying to make.
let's see.
I couldn't abandon Castor, who talks awfully happy about Mr. Kazuki, so I ended up accompanying her until the end after all. Without knowing that this was the start of all kinds of trouble.
Bum, bum, bum.
Let the shenanigans begin! Or not.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping we would be in for shenanigans.
Shenanigans. Something's happening at the train station? Question mark? Well, I think that's the only new thing. Well, there's one new thing over here. Sakura! We don't need to go see what what the other guys are up to. Sakura, let's go see what a main character is up to. Shenanigans in my fan disc? Yes.
Huh.
Hmm.
The hanger I usually keep my school uniform on holds only my trousers. I haven't sent it out for dry cleaning. I don't want to worry about that during the Monday morning rush, so I'll look for it now. I didn't leave it around here either. I definitely didn't take it off and toss it off upon coming home. Sakura would have hung it up for me if I did. Oh, right, I should ask Sakura. Sakura! Huh, the door is slightly ajar. Without thinking, I peer at what's happening inside. I feel my cheeks flush. Sakura is tenderly hugging my school uniform. Sakura?
Senpai?
She yelps like a cornered animal.
Sakura, stop being weird.
When I slowly open the door, Sakura has retreated to the top of her bed, blushing furiously.
I wasn't doing anything weird with it, I swear.
Come on, you don't need to run away like that.
What am I?
What am I, a cockroach?
Oh, you're a cockroach. I'm Sakura.
Yeah. What am I, a cockroach?
You just scared me. And don't be silly, Senpai. A cockroach would never scare me. I'm not afraid of bugs, unfortunately.
Anymore. Sakura gives me a forced belly laugh. I can hardly blame her. If our positions had been preserved, reversed, I might have run off to the shed and locked the door. But anyway, I was looking for my uniform jacket. Did you happen to have it?
Yes, it was missing a button, so I sewed it back on.
Ah, so that was why. The inner button of my jacket fell off a while ago, and I'd been keeping it in the pocket with the intention of fixing it, but I completely forgot. Wow, you actually noticed?
I noticed anything about you, Senpai. I mean, what?
What?
What? Huh?
It would have been more obvious on a Gakuran-style uniform with metal buttons, but I'm surprised she noticed it on Homurahara's blander uniform.
Yeah, I caught a glimpse of your shirt under the jacket on Friday.
Even I forgot about it. Sakura's always been thoughtful, but this was surprisingly considerate of her. Thanks, Sakura. I owe you one.
Please wait, Senpai. I want to smell it one more time. I mean,
What?
I'm not a degenerate, I swear.
Okay. I didn't say you were. Sakura takes the jacket from my hands. I'll iron it and bring it.
I'll iron it and bring it back to your room. Would you like me to iron the pants too?
Wow, you do all that for me?
Yeah, I'll even iron the pants you're wearing right now. You should take them off.
I feel greatly indebted to her. Okay, I'll bring the pants by. But isn't this a lot of work? Not just washing, but ironing them too? Sakura looks puzzled, as if I'd just stated the obvious. I mean, she's ironing it. When I iron shirts, it's so boring I space out and enter a different world.
But I already do it for Saber and Nason. It isn't much more time to add yours.
True, men's clothes aren't that much work. Laundry isn't one of my assigned chores for various reasons. All the more so with this many women around.
It's totally not so that I can get the monopoly of smelling your clothes. What?
What?
I already said I don't do that.
They're very sensitive about leaving things in the laundry room, too.
I did not look at all your undergarments.
Sakura, if it's too much work for you to do everyone's laundry, ask Saber or Ryder to help. No, your clothes are mine only.
I do. Ryder's already been helping. But I made sure that I'm the only one in touch with your clothes, Senpai.
Then what about Saber?
You know how methodical Saber is. She might become totally absorbed in it.
Suddenly I imagine Saber refusing to put down the spray bottle until every single wrinkle is eradicated from the button-up shirts and blouses.
Shirou, I fight wrinkles with the precision of a knight. And if there's
You don't need to!
If there's one left behind, that means I was not diligent enough.
You don't need to! Stop being diligent! Are you sure it's a good idea to let her... No, wait, that's, I think that's you.
Are you sure it's a good idea to let her do the ironing?
No, never mind.
You. Haha.
Are you sure it's a good idea to let her do the ironing?
She said she wants to help us out more. Do you mind if I teach her?
Try to go easy on her.
Shirou, I don't even need to try. She's the one who, like, takes all... Like, if she does something wrong, she says that she will now go to swing, like, 10,000 swings in penance for doing so.
I mean, I do the same thing.
Once I mentioned that Ryder already knows how to do it, you can be sure Saber won't give up until she masters ironing.
We laugh knowingly.
Sakura, help. Saber won't leave me alone. She says that she needs to be better than me and everything.
Alright then, I'll go get my pants, Sakura.
Okay, Senpai?
Sakura sets my jacket down on her lap and calls me. Her cheeks flush slightly.
You're graduating in the spring, right?
Yeah.
Have you promised to give your second button to anyone at graduation yet? Haha, this is a fun little tidbit that you wouldn't know unless you're familiar with other works. Where the boy will give his button of his uniform away to a girl he really likes.
I have never heard that before. I guess we have that custom too, huh? It's still months away, so I didn't even think about it. Yeah, probably gonna give it to Issei. And Issei said he's gonna give mine to him, so it'll be like none of us lost any buttons to begin with. Also, it's like a marriage. Not yet.
Oh, thank goodness!
you're pretty much the only underclassman I have to give it to. Only if she wants it, of course.
Oh, I don't deserve it.
Of course you do. You're taking care of my uniform right now, even.
This is, it's okay. I just felt like doing it. Yeah, I'll go get the iron, so please bring your pants. And the pants you're wearing.
Huh. That's the second time she said that to me. She shuts the door on me. I guess I better not pry. For now, I'll go back to my room and retrieve my pants.
Woo. It's once again past dinner time. And we can do a variety of things. What do we want to do? We've got exclamation points all over the place. I'm really invested in investigating, though. Do you think we can get past the bridge tonight, guys? Do you think
we have Saber with us?
Will let us go past the bridge?
We'll cross the bridge into Shinto. Nobody uses the pedestrian walkway at this time of night. There aren't any cars around either. I can clearly hear the sea breeze. It takes me back. This takes me back. Remember that time we walked together to the church?
Yes. You still didn't know what it meant to be a master. I hadn't quite accepted being your servant, and Rin was still our enemy. What a time. In hindsight, we made a very odd trio indeed.
Saber chuckles. Like me, she seems to look back fondly on what happened half a year ago. Yeah, all that murder and stuff, that was pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it well, and I always will. That night was special. Of course, all the time I spent with Saber during the war was special, but everything began on that night. You were pretty grumpy at first. We didn't have much chance to talk that night, but you were completely silent on the way to the church.
Well, Shirou, you stuck me in one of those stupid little raincoats. I had reason to be upset, I can say this now, but I was angry the way you treated me. Surely there was a better way to disguise me.
I remember hearing about this, that she was actually upset about the raincoat. Oh, she didn't like the yellow raincoat, huh? I see her wearing the raincoat pretty often despite that. Maybe it's her way of getting back at me.
You look like you have something to say. Very well. Let us settle this, master. I accept your apology for... Ooh, what's that shiny thing in the background? Shirou!
What?
Mr. President! Get down!
Saber blocks a bolt of light with her sword! The shockwave sends shudder through the bridge supports.
Jackass! Get back! An enemy servant is attacking.
This must be the work of an enemy stand user. A second attack! I can't figure out exactly what's happening. Saber stands in front of me, repelling bolts of light with her sword. An enemy servant? No.
No.
Damn! Who? Where?
Maybe it's the asshole who's only appeared from a distance so far.
The third attack comes. Saber fends it off again. This is bad. They're clearly getting stronger. Saber can still block them, but I don't know how long she can hold out if these strikes keep increasing in number and ferocity. If Saber were alone, she might be able to protect herself long enough to advance on and defeat the attacker. But I'm the one being targeted right now. The instant Saber leaves my side, those projectiles will hit me. She can't advance as long as she has me to worry about. No. In the worst case, we might not even be able to retreat to Miyama, and she might get hit by the bolts of light and go down because of me.
Shirou, I will block the enemy attacks. Please stay where you are.
A fourth attack. I can hear the worry in Saber's voice. The enemy attacks are focused on me. They know that I'm the weak link. Saber has to force herself to be Saber has to force herself on the defensive to cover me. At this rate, Saber will lose too. It's clear what I have to do.
Jump off the bridge.
Basically, I need to protect myself.
We must do as Shirou would do and jump off the bridge.
I concentrate my nerves. I can see the bolts of light, which means I can defend myself against them. Thankfully, the person who's shooting them is a little bitch, so I can handle it. In the past, I wouldn't have known what to do. But the Shirou Emiya who survived the Holy Grail War has the experience and skill to make it possible.
Whee!
The fifth and final attack comes. Saber is knocked severely off balance.
Whoop! Lost my balance.
There's no doubt about it. These long-range attacks are from a noble phantasm. Even Saber can't block a noble phantasm repeatedly. If she were on her own, she wouldn't need to bother with defense at all. Saber, look out!
No, Shirou! I can take it!
There's no way she can. No, you can't!
I got him! I got him on the ropes!
The sixth attack will defeat Saber. That's the only foreseeable outcome with our current tactics.
Don't underestimate me! I can! Oh boy, whoop, there it goes.
I can protect myself. I glare in the direction of the enemy. A bolt of light hurls towards me, aimed between the eyes. I can see it. All I need to do is... Huh? I completely forgot. What am I supposed to do next? I can't believe I died to a brain fart. And I screwed up. Did I make some mistake? Did I forget? Or did I just never know from the start? Did I neglect to bring along a fundamental part of Shirou Emiya's abilities? If the knowledge was ever there, it's now oozing out of the hole in my forehead.
Ah!
I can't hear her voice very well.
What am I supposed to do for dinner?
I don't know what I was supposed to do, nor what I forgot. My consciousness drifts away. I've fallen before I can make it to the fourth day. I'm lacking something. Most likely, I couldn't use it because I never tried it even once, even though I should have known it all along. Come back after you've used your imagining ability, when you've used your summoning ability once. Then where should I have gone?
You
to get a
weren't
better
able to
grasp
say
on
that
Shirou
because
Emiya's
you didn't
abilities?
have enough common sense.
I like this. It's like he's having his own. Shirou's like right now, like quote unquote Shirou is having his own Taiga
Yeah.
dojo in his head as he is dying.
Mm-hmm. Dang, I wonder what went wrong. Dead bad end. You failed. You are missing something. Try again to remember who you are. Simba. Oh wait, no, this is the wrong one. This
I'm a
is not
furry?
my child.
I'm a furry?
Ha chibenya hayami hayaha.
Hiya!
Let's draw a fortune to see what our fate is. Bad. Our fate's bad. Stuffed animal and unlikely to show up. We are not lucky. I'm beginning to
That
think that
tracks.
they're all not lucky. Boop.
Promotional illustration number none. We call it promo art for short.
It's rare to get an arch of Taiga Fujimura's feet.
Huh? Loafers? I always had the impression that she wears slippers everywhere.
Even she isn't that well ill-mannered.
Emiya kind of forgot about projection. Kanako Natsu, Game of Thrones. I think it's that he forgot how to use Ryoius. Is what happened there.
I know what we need to do. We need to bring Archer with us.
Wait.
What? What?
Huh? Hit. Huh.
Oh!
Mobius link starts.
I wonder how many resurrections that makes. I hear voices. It's a grudge directed at me, drowning in death repeatedly only to be spit back out. They can't escape death, so they call it unfair that I can. My whole body hurts, so bad I can't breathe. The voices attack me, blame me. Die! Give up! Serves you right. Can't see. They become stronger each time I hear them. Want to die. I can't take this. Hideous, disgusting! Can't see anymore. I want to die! I don't want to hear this. I don't want to come back to life if this is how heavy it feels. But I'm used to that even now. Die. Hurry up and kill me. That's the spirit. Just enjoy what you'd like. Repent. Yeah, I've already done that a number of times. It's your fault. Yeah, it's all someone's fault. How filthy. I'm not trying to put on a show. You're not human. This mirror is foggy. I think we're having two different conversations here. You demon. Yeah, I'm not behaving like a human.
Woo, why is the moon like this?
I pass a multitude of voices and begin to breathe again. The next part isn't too painful. It's comforting, even. As long as I can escape that prison, the rest of my resurrection is almost joyous. Prison. Yeah, that would be an accurate term for it. Slander, abuse, contempt. Rights robbed, dignity deprived, liberty lost.
Liberty Mutual.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Surely, basically everybody has heard that the afterlife is made up of such ideas. Perpetual suffering. Buddhism calls it the Avishi hell. But the place I occupy was subtly different. It wasn't only suffering. It was eternally empty. Human hands can't reach either place, nor is there any point in doing so. That's why it's suffering. When humans wish for and obtain something they can't handle, they'll never be able to get rid of it.
Is this?
I feel like I would be the one who would sleep on the sofa.
Mhm.
I rise from the sofa, fighting down the despondency of resurrection that I've experienced several times now. I make sure that my left... Maybe this is you. I make sure that my left arm still works.
Yep.
No, that was you.
I rise from the sofa, fighting down the despondency of resurrection I've experienced several times now. I make sure my left arm still works.
Hey, you're awake, Master.
My servant gives me his candid greeting. He's sitting facing away from me. It looks like he's playing with a puzzle again. It's easy enough to be solved in a matter of minutes, but he seems to have taken a liking to it.
This shit is awesome.
The sight of him is childish, I think. If only his usual behavior reflected such innocence. Just checking. But did I manage a mutual kill on Assassin?
No, he kicked your ass. You whipped your right straight, and then that fantastical digibrain Zabania blew your head off. You should have seen it. As your brain popped, the rest of your upper body went flying. What a creative form of murder, turning brains into gunpowder to blow up the body. Why not just rip the brain out instead?
My servant is in high spirits. Ugh. I feel sick imagining myself without my upper body. I remember the fight against Assassin. I encountered Assassin's master in the woods behind the school. The master was the only enemy in sight, and we engaged them. The enemy master was an expert puppet user commanding several automata. Bleh. The lengthily designed French dolls were troublesome, but I'm very familiar with how such puppets are made. I was already used to the chaotic battles of the monsters around town, and it was easy to close another puppeteer. Unfortunately, one of the puppets were wearing a skull mask. Don't tell me it's a servant! By the time I noticed, several poisoned needles had already struck me. Assassin. This class chooses from a special pool of heroic spirits, whose abilities change with each Holy Grail war. Apparently, they belong to an organization from which the very word assassin takes its name, hence the myriad collection of trained killers. Assassin is a group, not an individual. This time, a short person no taller than an adult's hip was chosen. Perhaps that was its actual height in life, or perhaps some aspect of it was emphasized as a servant. Assassin's signature wasn't that of a dwarf from children's bedtime stories, but the form of a lithe form of a gymnast. It was like watching a circus clown. While it may have been diminutive for a heroic spirit, such a trait suited its class well. It was a difficult target, not only because of the present concealment, but because there was so little to hit. There you go, guys. The key into playing any game is to go to small character for the small hitbox.
Mm-hmm.
It had to have been one of the quickest servants darting in and out of the trees so quickly for the eyes to follow. On top of that, no, this is probably what makes it an assassin at all. The enemy had a noble phantasm that ensures its target's death. Sabonia. By the time I realized the terrain disadvantage, the poison had already paralyzed my legs. I would have been more confident in an open field, with no cover. In an open field with no cover, but I didn't have a good way to deal with all these trees. Still, I bet my life on one last gamble. I used my left torso as bait to draw the assassin out of the woods. Judging that I had no way to counterattack, Assassin bolted towards me from the left. I intercepted with every ounce of my will, throwing my desperate right straight. My timing was flawless. Moving with that momentum, Assassin had no way to dodge, and even if I blocked my blow, it wouldn't have been able to cancel it out. That was the flaw of its small structure. But it had easily leaped over my counter-strike anyway. Just as my 80 km/h right straight, and a counter punch on top of that, I was just about to impact the enemy, and there was a comical boop sound, and it jumped into my arm. Bollocks. I'm a seasoned fighter, if I say so myself, but I've never seen anyone able to jump on my arm and start walking towards me. It reminded me of those dubious tales of duelists jumping onto an opponent's spear. Then again, Assassin reached with my face with his left hand, and I blacked out. What a nightmare, I muttered.
Huh? What's up? Still feeling stiff?
No, I feel fine. I'm used to the resurrection by now. You're the only thing making me uncomfortable. I just remembered Assassin's hand touching my cheek.
I see. My bad. Not very sensitive of me.
He laughs to himself, still working on the puzzle. Are my failures truly that amusing? It isn't just teasing. He's got a twisted personality, laughing at the strangest and saddest things, no matter who he's talking to. It's fine. I'm used to you too. So, Avenger, did you bring me back here?
No, they got me too. We both got sent back a day since we both got killed exactly at midnight.
We're not making any progress. How many days have passed since I first woke up in this house? We still haven't overcome the fourth night. I unconsciously clutched the earring in my pocket, feeling my own inadequacy. It's like a lucky charm I brought from home. I don't remember why I took it with me, but it must be some protective amulet. If it was tucked away with such care.
That wasn't your fault, though. That assassin was just too weird. I'm sure I saw your fist connect. Still, don't beat yourself up over it. You got me as a handicap. Gotta hand it to you. You still managed to make the enemy use their noble phantasm.
In the first battle. That's the excuse of a loser. No matter how well we fight, we died and we didn't gain any... Wait, we did gain something. I still haven't taken full advantage of the fact that this servant can raise the dead. As long as I have a pact with him, I can come back to life as many times as necessary. I see. This method could work. In fact, you're a weapon. I should use everything at my disposal. We can consider it a draw then. I'll use him to gain intelligence on our enemies, and then go into battle fully prepared and win. We have the advantage then. Now that we know Assassin's unique power, all we need to do is lure them out into an open field. I clenched my right fist. If we keep this up, we won't need to wait for the enemy's masters to lose their fighting strength. Victory is all but assured. If I defeat each of them fair and square, then even the association that sent me will at least...
You're taking this well. I thought you'd be down in the dumps that you keep losing, or frustrated how useless I am.
Huh? Well, you're right, but... He's right. What am I thinking? Just because he can bring me back to life, it doesn't change the fact that I keep losing. Things aren't going well. Even Assassin could have killed me at any time it wanted. Taking my time to investigate the other opponent's strength is just prolonging our showdown. It's almost as if... No, it can't be. As a major representing association, I can't lose this war.
Well, it's not as if the days are exactly moving. We're burning all the time we need.
The servant stands. He heads for the exit, puzzled unfinished.
Let's keep going, Master. There's still places you haven't looked, right?
I stand up for the sopa at his urging. I shoulder my pack, grasp the earring in my pocket one more time, and set out to fight the umpteenth day of the Holy Grail War. I've done this for the umpteenth time. As an aside... Oh.
As an aside, Bizette Fraga McRemits is a strange woman. First of all, her exterior and what's within are strange. They don't align. Her appearance is to my taste, a mature, cool woman without any weakness. But on the inside, she's an insecure coward who trained her body and mind in order to disguise that. My speculation, no. My own personal wish is that she enjoys tormenting herself. No doubt about it. Yeah, that'll explain why she's gone to such extraordinary lengths to strengthen herself. she's built up this stubborn armor of seeming capable, so her external appeal and toughness are the real deal. But tragically, a suit of armor needs gaps to be able to move. And sometimes, you can glimpse the real Bazette through them. I don't need to explain what that looks like. Her insides are as tender as a soft-boiled egg after being protected for such a long time. Hey, relevant. We had that discussion yesterday.
We did. I like soft-boiled eggs.
Mm-hmm. She's so innocent and naive. I want to take a bite out of her. Still, though, no matter how adorable her insides are, she spent way too many years forging her armor that it's just too strong.
Yeah, I'm pretty strong.
Once she's on a mission in battle mode, I'm sure she'd sweep away any male fantasies or desires.
Rude. I bet there are plenty of men who would say, "Step on me, Bazette."
Mm-hmm. I mean, her servant is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Take this earlier episode, for example. I think this is you.
I'm hungry. Let's have a meal.
It was sudden.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm kind of British, but not really British.
After butchering 3 monsters with her fists, Bazette mentioned food as clinically as you might mention someone's pulse.
You should join me. You must find my magical energy supply dull on its own.
What a thoughtful master. Or so I thought until we stepped into the Beef Bowl restaurant. Ugh. Even I know this place. It's the restaurant with the biggest and cheapest portions in Shinto.
How do you know that, assassin?
Just so you know, there's still plenty of other restaurants open, even though there's less people in Fuyuki now. A more upscale place that would cater to Bazette's taste is still open just 100 meters away. And yet she chose this place.
Well, may just like to preserve money. I'm very poor.
There's no doubt about it. She chose this place because it happened to be the closest.
I'm pretty sure Bazette's poor. Do we have a problem?
Not exactly, but I'm just wondering.
Then let's go. Don't forget to stay in your material form.
There's no stopping her. In the end, Bazette bought a meal ticket from the vending machine for 2 portions of beef bowls and miso soup, and wolfed down the food in barely 3 minutes before going back outside. I want to see this animated just because I want to see Avengers' reactions.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a problem after all?
I just want to ask, was the food good?
The proportions were large, there was plenty of soup. But the fact that it took under 1 minute to serve was wonderful. I should go back there next time.
That was the entirety of her review. To Bazette, meals are nothing but a nutritional sustainment. How absurdly vulgar. Are we like, I don't know what the twist, like, it's like, is this Shirou? I mean, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it, but
there's basically something happened, and I can't go any further because then I think that's
something happened. Got it.
Something happened.
Yeah, no.
And let's just say our narrators might be getting contaminated. Let's just say that.
Ah, I love a good I love a good unreliable narrator.
Mm-hmm.
We investigate the base of an enemy master we've identified. After looking around, we determined that nobody's home.
Avenger, can you unlock the door?
I can handle simple locks, but you should have a more reliable way. Aren't you one of the association's foremost mages?
Lockpicking isn't my specialty. I'll leave it to you.
So saith the boss. My master apparently isn't good with delicate tasks. She's made of pure violence.
I'd just break down the door.
Okay, this one's tricky, so it'll take a while. I stick my arm into a tree trunk planted next to the entrance. This is the handy part of being a ghost. I managed to overlay my magic circuits onto the Magecraft formula. 10 seconds. 20 seconds. 30 seconds. 40 sec... Whoa! What are you doing? God damn it, she's kicked the door in without any warning!
Infiltrating. Cover me.
That's all she says in her defense. Actually, it's not even an explanation. And this is no infiltration. Lizette adjusts the gloves on her hands and charges into the enemy camp without hesitation.
If you would like to see how Bizette infiltrates a mansion, you could watch that one episode of Prismalia. Yeah.
Speaking of which, I saw that they announced that, like, the finale's getting a TV series or something.
The finale is coming, and you will finally be able to close this chapter of fate and never look back. Well, this will live on forever as the time that we went through in fate.
Mm-hmm.
Why does there have to be such good parts but attached to such awful stuff as well?
Yes, it'll be important
Mm-hmm.
for when the judge reviews it. Not just absurd and vulgar, but lazy. We arrive at the park. I'm a little physically tired, but mentally, this really sucks. If I turn into spirit form, I can cut out the physical fatigue, but since that isn't possible, I walk in my physical form. Water. I head toward one of the park's fountains. Pale liquid dots the road from here to the top of the hill where we came from. As you might have guessed, it's the remains of the milk that was covering me. What?
Huh? Hey, don't get too far away. We're supposed to be working together. Stay... Oh, no, that's you.
Hey, don't get too far away. We're supposed to be working together. Stay near me, Master.
I turn around.
Wow, that Bizette is actually laughing. You know, this is what happens when you get careless. I'm only like this because I shielded my master from danger. Also, I only came this far looking like this because you ordered me not to use the bath in the mansion or any of the houses along the way. Look at the reward I get for my loyalty. What kind of princess is she?
Grateful. I would look like you if you hadn't protected me.
Is she missing part of her face?
No, there's a leaf. Or
Oh.
maybe... Or maybe it's whatever is assassin is... I mean, whatever Avenger is covered in is blocking out this thing.
She doesn't sound grateful. Damn it. Should we hug and make up?
What's wrong, Avenger? The fountain is that way. Is the milk in your eyes?
I want to murder her.
Why, hi, Cyan.
It might sound like a match between a bull and a matador, but I'm not letting that walking weapon get her hands on me. Oh, shit. I shouldn't have mentioned the trap. This sucks. I missed a funny event. I really regret that. I bet it would have been hilarious to see an unadorable woman like you get soaked in milk.
Avenger, I order you as your master to cut the chatter and wash up quickly.
Yes, Mom. Yes, ma'am, I mutter, rinsing the filth off my body. Once I get the excess off, I'll be able to turn back to spirit form. When the milk hit me, I was forced into physical form and unable to turn back into spirit form.
Ah, I get the new lore drop. Milk keeps servants from keeping their unmaterial form. Ah.
Maybe it was an anti-servant trap, or maybe it would have had a more dramatic effect on a live body. Either way, we came up empty-handed in that mansion. Must have been a trap that activates against intruders on the way out. Why cow's milk, though? Do people in this country believe that milk repels demons or something? No way, that's gotta be some mean-spirited prank.
I wonder, but it shows that our opponent is merciful. Consider yourself lucky that it happened to be some freshly squeezed milk Avenger.
My master tries to cheer me up, putting on a smile. Stifling a smile. That isn't the problem here. We continue our patrol. Bazette's roaming the town with the dual goals of killing the monsters and looking for the masters. What a roundabout way of doing things. This isn't what you do if you want to win the Holy Grail War. Bazette is searching for neither of those things. And she doesn't even realize it herself. She's probably worried that because she can't forget it, she should probably take a page from a certain idiot who's forgotten his own abilities.
Wink.
Something's off. Bazette goes quiet, staring at the sea as if the harbor dredges up bad memories.
Avenger, we fought many masters. Not to mention the encounters of Saber, Archer, Caster, Rider, Assassin, and yourself. The only enemies we haven't met directly are the Ironsburn Master and Servant.
Yeah, just about that. Though it sounds less impressive when you consider our win-loss record.
Yes, we haven't achieved a single clear victory yet. That's nothing to boast about, even if we were fighting overpowered familiars.
I hear her grinding her teeth.
Don't do that, Bazette. That's bad.
Yet, it isn't out of frustration, more like urging herself forward.
I know the outlook isn't good, but I want to hear your opinion. Do you think we can win? It's true we lack raw power, but if we keep repeating this eventually...
We might be the last pair standing, is what her gaze tells me. We're losing because we still lack experience. Bazette's been using me to fight to some extent. But, and if I tell her my true noble phantasm, there's no servant we can't beat. Though, there's no need to tell her now. She'll figure it out if we can how we can win soon enough, whether she wants to or not. I think that eventually we'll stop losing. But before that, I noticed you started saying we instead of I, Master. I mention it because I think it's funny.
Oh, really? I wasn't really conscious of it.
That's even funnier. It means you've unconsciously begun to trust me. You in love? Should I take it as one of those friends-to-lover developments?
Stop joking around and finish answering the question. What proof do you have that we won't lose anymore? Give me your honest answer and I won't hide anything.
I ain't got proof, but we'll start to see results in time. You have a trump card that can beat the servants, right? In the same sense, I have one that can slow them down a little. It just depends on how we both use them. We just need to work together.
A trump card? Do you have multiple noble phantasms?
Nah, just the one. The resurrection isn't me, but something tacked on as a part of Angramanyu. My noble phantasm is a fake version of Avesta, universally transcribed creation. I'll tell you about it once we get home. Avesta is a support-style noble phantasm that can independently record events which have occurred. It's like an autonomous typewriter, so it's completely worthless in a fight. Avesta's advantage is that it can transcribe inarticulate emotions and emotions people aren't even aware of into writing. It's a document that accurately records everything, a noble phantasm that doesn't hurt anyone, worthy of its namesake, the Holy Scripture. And my noble phantasm is an unremarkable counterfeit.
Womp womp.
Anyway, you need to get serious if you don't want to keep losing. You're the strongest fighter of all the masters. You could beat a servant barehanded if it came down to it, so why don't you have more faith in yourself?
Well, it's true I don't consider myself inferior to a servant, but all I can do is fight. In other respects, I think I'm the least skilled of all the masters.
And what's wrong with that? Why do you feel guilty about being shredded? That's pathetic in itself.
Well, I don't feel guilty. I don't regret any of the lives I've taken.
What a reliable Iron Maiden. Try and keep that spirit up. In fact, if you try harder, I'll start to lose face. Even now, you're still 10 times stronger than I am.
Yes, I'm aware of that. I learned a painful lesson the other day not to expect much from you in a combat.
Yup. Oh, but I'm still number one when it comes to killing people. Everyone's got stuff they're good and bad at. Oh, I guess not number one. Worldwide, I'm in second or third place.
Huh? There are others better than you at killing people?
Sure there are. The dog and the spider. I can't keep up with those two no matter what I do. Quality aside, they're just on a different level in terms of sheer speed. I never met or competed with them, but I know the hard facts. I know them like a spider spinning its nest as soon as it's born. I learned that unshakable truth as soon as they started calling me Angramanyu.
So as a heroic spirit, you're somehow limited in your speed. Avenger, you mentioned that Angramanyu was a name assigned to you, so it must not be your true name. Then what's the name that you were when you were alive?
I said, I don't know. I don't have a name. If Angramanyu is hard to say, you can just call me Angra.
That can't be true. You should at least be able to remember your own name. No, I suppose I'm not one to talk, but everything begins with a name. The name you were given at your birth represents the rest of your life. If you can't remember it, you wouldn't be able to whistle in such a carefree manner.
You just don't get it. My name is gone. It was stripped from me once they started treating me like a hero. Curses were the one thing my village excelled at. They magically took my name from me, so I don't know what name I was born with, nor what the people called me before then. You can tell me to remember, but that information just doesn't exist anywhere in the world anymore. A name represents the rest of your life, huh? That's very poetic, Bizette. I can't let you get the last word in, so I'll tell you a story. Could we do this story next time?
To say,
Or-
it's like maybe this is a good place to stop. I am about to pass out. Actually, I am feeling.
And I
very
can't
dizzy.
keep doing this voice.
Wee. Let's see what percentage we are at. Oh boy, guys, we're at 28%. I like how we made such a big dent in the percentage, and then all of a sudden we're like inching towards slowly a bit.
Yeah, I feel like that's not a lot.
Anyway, thank you guys for joining us tonight. We are now a quarter of the way into the game. Let's go.
Woohoo! And unfortunately, I will not be here on Saturday next week,
So we will be still very slowly inching towards the end of the game, but that's okay. That just means you get to see me try to figure out what the heck's going on in Expedition 33 next week. Let's go. But you'll be able to enjoy Azure still next week for more Pokemon though.
Yes, I will be here on Friday.
You
Hopefully.
All right. Good night, everybody. Bye bye.
Goodbye, everyone.
We
Mission success.
mission success.